And I'm here because of the Global Blockchain Foundation. They've invited me to be the keynote speaker, blockchain event, economic forum. I'm flattered, of course, and I'm going to take this time to. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Can you hear me, everybody? If you can't hear me, if you can hear me, give me the thumbs up. Okay. I'm going to take the time that I'm here in Korea to announce the public availability and release of VeGLD. That's the Veritasium Gold-backed token. Veritasium token now will trade being backed by 100% 0.99995 gold. Fully redeemable. Okay. Stored in vaults, bring security, insurance, etc. Redeemable after you pass AML KYC, of course, upon demand. Payable to the bearer. The bearer would be the owner, possessor of the actual VERI subtoken, VEGLD. Okay, we've been working it out in beta for some time now. I've given a few out before I had to give it out because it didn't pass, or it has yet to pass legal muster. But I just got the opinion letter from council, and we're good to go. Okay. The initial proof of concept varies were 1/10 ounce maple, 1/10 ounce Canadian maple leafs. Okay, we've decided, we've tried various combinations, and we've decided that we're going to make standardized tickers, of course, and we're going to have the base denomination be 1 ounce, 1 troy ounce of gold. Basically, this bar right here. Okay, so one VeGLD token would be 1 troy ounce. Redemptions will be in whole integers, so you can't redeem portions for obvious reasons. And this is very cool stuff. The only issue is we ship the gold to you if you were to redeem. And there are certain places, since we're shipping from the US and or Europe, there are certain places where the we can't ship because of sanctions, restrictions, etc. in the US. So as long as you're not in the sanction area, you can have the gold, you pay for the shipping, we ship it out. Now, what's special about this? Well, a couple of things. Number one, these tokens ride along the Ethereum blockchain. They're ERC20 compliant, meaning you get all the attributes of blockchain token, the ability to use smart contracts, and to put significant conditionality on transfers, payments, etc. You're going to see how that works as we move forward. Secondly, gold is very, very stable. Okay? We also have a VE stable token, which is still going through the beta stages. It's a bit more complex than a gold-backed token. But gold itself is actually very stable, even relative to many of the fiat, many of the very developed fiat currencies. So we will be replacing the F as a denominating currency in the Veda with VE stable and VE gold. Okay, and you'll be able to select your denominating currency. You can make it VE stable, VE gold, or F. Okay, now by replacing F with VE gold, you will have basically something akin to using a US dollar or euro in terms of stability. Okay, you're not going to have wild fluctuations in F. You will also be able to break that correlation between the ERC20 tokens and F and Bitcoin, as you see now. When F and Bitcoin fall, you see all the altcoins fall. When F and Bitcoin pop, you see many of the altcoins pop. By using the VeGLD token, you have 100% backing, right, of this fine metal, okay, and you have essentially, currency. You put the VeGLD in, and the Veda will then use the VeGLD as a currency to go and buy other assets. Not as a currency, as a denominating commodity to go and buy the other assets. Now, there are certain exchanges that will not accept VeGLD, and if they only accept F, then it will go and purchase F. okay? And we'll have a supply liquidity. Now, we are accepting of exchanges to list the VeGLD token. Any exchanges that are wanting listed, I think it's a very, very strong idea to provide liquidity in this. And we have legal counsel, okay? We have legal counsel's opinion to show that everything's legit. You know, we put this together correctly, okay? Now, since I put a lot of my time, or our time, VERI takes some effort and resource into this. This is a proprietary product, but it's a product that works, and this is one of very, very many. So available to the public, okay, starting with 1 ounce, tradable through the Ethereum blockchain, will be the denominating asset in VEDA. We'll be replacing S2 once we get the contracts and the code done. And if we have any entrepreneurial exchanges, I'm tired, excuse me. It's a very long flight from New York to Korea. Okay, especially since I've been running around from all these other different countries. You know, we just came back from Monaco, and I didn't even do AMA in Monaco, but I was in Monaco at a family office conference. And as a matter of fact, that family office conference is what decided to have me go with the VeGLD project before the VE stable, because the VeGLD seems to be much, much easier to for family offices to digest versus the VE stable, which is a composite product that's, you know, a bit more esoteric. It does have more stability, and we can dial volatility up and down, and hardness up and down, and stability up and down. But you always listen to the customer. The customer's always right. The customer, you know, prefer VeGLD to start with. So here we go. Okay. So what am I here for? I'm here to discuss blockchain 3.0, and we will definitely be discussing it. For all the many, many naysayers, and yes, there's still many naysayers who don't believe in, you know, altcoins and etc. I have revolutionized gold, and I have made a mistake. Okay, I continuously say I. Okay, but Veritasium is a significant team now. Okay, we have, as a matter of fact, my team has, right? Because together they've done much more than I have. Revolutionized gold. Remember, with the blockchain, okay, and smart contracts, you can now quadrificate ownership, possession, control, and custody of assets such as gold. Previously, the best you can do was to separate ownership and possession. You know, at one time, basically whoever owned it, whoever possessed it owned it. But through using custody and third parties, you can be an owner, but you can give somebody else custody. Okay? Chances are, if you give them custody, they'll have possession and control. The blockchain allows you to separate all of these aspects. Difficult for many to understand, but we are trying our best, our darndest to educate everybody. So, just give you a quick synopsis of how this works, then I'm going to take questions. Okay? You have the gold, and the gold stands behind the token. Okay, so we have a gold-backed token. Okay, and the token can be traded through any ERC20 wallet through the blockchain, and the token represents a bearer title. Okay, so the gold is being traded in bearer form, with the token being the title, and the title represents ownership in bearer form. So, and it's negotiable. You can send it from one guy to another girl to another guy, all throughout the ecoverse. And then when it's time to redeem, you send the token back to us. Okay, you have to pass AML KYC. You have to identify yourself. There's no mysterious guys, mysterious actors here. Okay, 2 forms of government ID and a utility bill. And once you pass AML KYC and clear through, you know, the sanctions bad guy list, you ship the tokens to you. Okay, either overnight or regular courier. Now, I went through a quick synopsis. This is not even up on the website yet. Let's take a look at questions. Yes, VeGLD will replace Ether and beta. It has to be programmed, so it's not going to be immediate, but give us a few weeks on that. Is the gold one per token? Yes, it is. That's from Donnie Gebert. What kind of volume is VeGLD dealing in? Are you partnered with a supplier? I don't want to get into what we're doing, but we can handle any volume. Now, remember, we're not gold dealers. Okay, we're solution providers. This is an advanced proof of concept. It's a proof of concept that actually works. And I'm doing it to show the power of the VERI system, and we're going to use it to show the power of actually analysis as well. We're going to start sponsoring ICOs. If you look at the previous video before this, my time in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, I personally do not feel that a lot of the ICOs are up to snuff in terms of delivering value, or at least articulating value that they're delivering to investors. And a lot of investors, in my opinion, are not asking the right questions. So we're going to create ICOs that deliver significant economic value to the investors. Okay, if they have utility tokens, it will deliver significant value in utility to the platforms. And we may finance several of these ICOs ourselves through Veritasium. I might even do it personally. We'll be financing it with the VeGLD token, okay, which eliminates the wild fluctuations and volatility that comes with financing them in ETH or Bitcoin, okay? And you're not looking, then they shouldn't be looking to speculate, hoping ETH flies up in value. Okay, they should be running the business. They're not running hedge funds, they're running operating companies. Okay, so we will use VeGLD for many, if not all of our financial transactions going forward. What prevents you from veritizing assets which you do not physically hold in your hand? EX, can you claim to have 10 ounces of tokenized gold when you only have 1 ounce? I could probably claim whatever I want to claim, but if you have an issue, simply redeem it. Okay? My business is not buying gold, and it's not holding gold and ripping people off for gold. Our business is creating value transfer through our platform, okay, and economic and financial analysis. Okay, as a matter of fact, the VeGLD the VeGLD tokens should stabilize right about the spot price of gold. I expect possible likely premiums because there's a lot more that can be done with this. You know, much more transferable. Okay, guaranteed audit and provenance trail, and liquidity is much more likely. And on top of this, we are going to start running these through smart contracts. And so when we do the real estate deals, and all parties agree, they could pay in gold, and the gold will go back and forth. Payments would be done in gold automatically through the smart contract if XYZ conditions are hit. If X condition is hit, then Y. If not, then Z. So very cool things coming up. I can't imagine everyone in the financial sector being as excited about what you've accomplished. Have you made provisioning for the company to continue development? Should you cease to exist? That's a little morbid, but yes, I am definitely in the process. As you know, we are opening a broker-dealer, or we are trying to open a broker-dealer. We've applied, the application is accepted, it hasn't been approved yet. We're also spreading throughout the world, not just the U.S. As you can see, the U.S. is, to many, particularly entrepreneurs, not necessarily a clear path in terms of regulation, but, you know, we're trudging forward, you know, anyway, because I'm an American and I live in New York, financial center. But we're also applying throughout the world, other financial centers. We're going to make aggressive moves in Africa. I'm in Asia right now. As you can see, right now I'm in Seoul, and just left Europe. I am bringing executive management in the BD. Okay, the executive manager that I'm bringing in, and we've had an agreement. We're still going through negotiations, not etched in stone as of yet. But this executive manager has over 40 years of experience in Wall Street. He is, I'll let you a couple of clues, it's a he, is a brand name on Wall Street for anybody over 40 years old. The man is extremely well respected, untarnished background, very intelligent, extremely ethical, exactly what we're looking for. Okay, I'm strongly considering that him run the BD on his own. If not, we'll be co-heads to it. But I feel that my skills, talents, and prowess will be better served if I was outside of active day-to-day management in the BD. Okay, but we shall see how that works. And I realize this is very, very late in the States. You know it's the morning in Korea, but we still have 120 viewers here. I would like everybody right now, spread the love. Let's get this video out. Hit the like button, please, everybody, and then turn and hit the share button. Share it to everybody. Okay, you can do that now if you don't mind. And then if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification alert. So every time I do this, one of these AMAs, you're alerted and you get to see what I have to say. Hi Reggie, what governments have come knocking on your door? I've received communication from more than one regulatory jurisdiction, let's put it that way. Don't want to name names, loose lips sink ships, right? Can we purchase with veritasium tokens? Yes, you can if you have them. Where have you traveled in the last 3 to 4 weeks? No, I've actually run into a problem doing these open AMAs. I did it to inform our constituency and to be as open and transparent as possible. But there are some parties who have been using this against me, unfortunately, and the company. That's unfortunate. But I was still trying to be as open and transparent as possible. I believe we're one of the, if not the most open and transparent operations out here. But remember, there's a cost attached to it. But I'll be open and honest. So I was in Monaco. I got back from Monaco last Wednesday at the Family Office Conference that ran into the weekend. And I took a day or two off with my children, and then we went up to Paris, France and Italy. And then we flew back home. And started work again as soon as I got back home. We're back here in Seoul working. Hopefully we're going to blow the roof off of Seoul at the conference. I'm going to teach everybody the true power of this technology, okay? Not only can you create an asset-backed, hard asset-backed token, but you can use that token to do wonderful things, okay? I'm not even going to speak anymore on it, but reliance on fiat will not be so extreme from this point on, hopefully. Have you been invited to the White House yet? No, not this White House. Is the explanation for VeGLD on the website? It will be. Okay, I had the team write it up. Unfortunately, I found the only transcontinental plane from New York to Seoul that didn't have Wi-Fi connection, so I didn't get a chance to review it, but I will work on that today. What about silverback tokens? That would be VESLV. That's in the works, okay? We didn't buy inventory of silver yet. We do have the inventory of gold. There are two ways we can do this. We can create the tokens and then buy the assets upon demand for the purchase, but that's not truly asset-backed. Okay, that's more of an asset promise, an IOU. So we accept a little market risk. In exchange for that, we have actual asset-backed tokens. So if you're able to access the token, that means you have title to that amount of gold. Okay, and that's where I'm going to keep it. It's expensive and risky for us. Looking young and healthy, Reg. I'm fairly healthy, not all that young, but thank you, appreciate it. Nano Joe. Shouldn't you be doing this with silver? Well, that's a matter of opinion. Silver's not as stable as gold. Silver has a higher standard deviation, but there are pluses and minuses. Much lower unit value, so available to more people, but we'll work on that as well. Reggie, did you start looking at other ERC-20 protocols? Some of them prevent the loss of a token in a transaction. We looked at one others, and once they become a little more prominent, we will go through the rest of them, or go through others. Will you be available on Coinbase? I have absolutely no idea. That's up to Coinbase, okay? Property is putting real estate sales and titles on the blockchain. Yes, I was actually speaking to the CEO of Property in Monaco. She's a very impressive woman from Russia, if I'm not mistaken. Can veritasium do basically the same thing? They are. Well, a lot of respect for proxy, as I just said, but veritasium could do that and a lot more. I just explained how we can not only do that, but we could fill payments and cash flows through the blockchain through our VeGLD. Do you have any partnership with Coinbase? I don't know anybody at Coinbase, and we have no business with Coinbase at this time. It's only 7:52 p.m. in Minnesota, not too late yet. Okay, that's good. I love MMAs. Okay, I think you meant AMAs, but I love MMA and AMA too, so that's cool. Actually, I used to be a world-class practitioner in Judo Kwan, one of the hard versions of Taekwondo. Um, I was a New York State champion. I was 16 in like middleweight and heavyweight. My instructor was the U.S. Olympic head coach, so we started off on the team for the '88 Olympics, the exhibition team. But I didn't go for a couple of reasons, and that was supposed to be my first visit to Seoul. I've never been to Seoul before, so it felt good to come to Seoul, get on the gym, work out, start throwing some kicks, and bouncing around. Taekwondo in South Korea. How are the African deals coming along? Well, they're private deals, so I can't speak on them, but we are moving along, just haven't closed anything specific. We're actually moving along with investment banks and exchanges, as well as sovereigns, okay? Deals haven't been signed as of yet, though. And I am due back to Nigeria. Lorna Johnson really, really made significant effort to get the deals, the red carpet laid out in Nigeria. Tell you what happened in California to New York, from New York to Nigeria. I was told she didn't need a visa. She can get at the gate she landed. The Nigerian officials told her that wasn't the case. She put her back on the plane and fly back to New York. She's such a trooper. Being a member of the council herself, she was able to get a visa quickly in a few hours, jumped back on the plane in Nigeria, and went back to Nigeria, and kept company with and made deals with some of the largest concerns in the country. I don't want to name them yet, and some of the biggest wigs in the country as well, multi-billionaires. She laid the red carpet out for me, and I will be there sometime in August, and hopefully we'll be doing business. Loads of VeGLD in hand, ready to go. Remember where this stuff comes from, okay? Just remember, and you can use your imagination for the rest. Minnesota here as well. A lot of smart people in Minnesota, it seems. It seems like it. Very constituency, you have to be smart. Questions. Let's get some questions going so I can answer your questions. Hey, Reggie, Cliff High, and Bix rave about you. Okay, well, I appreciate that. I thank them. That is how I learned about VE. It's time for another interview. Okay, suggested to him. I want to do an agriculture project in an unbanked country with the tokens I hold. Okay, well, put it together, my friend. No focus. I'm not dealing in the stock market right now. I have my hands more than full with this new paradigm shift that's coming along. Are the rental fees for VERI fixed or variable from contract to contract? It's along. If they're fixed, depending on what you put in, the rental fees are basically empty contracts that you fill out. So if you go to veritasium.com, you click the link to the VEDA demo, and then click the menu and go down to the bottom on the left, click the help question mark, and then you'll get a lot of information, videos and text on how to use the VEDA and how the rental application works. Is VeGLD going to gain exposure to the power of VE? I'm not sure I understand that, but I hope it gains exposure and power. We have another Minnesota guy. Okay, we're heavy on Minnesota today. Reggie, would you accept an invitation to the White House? Of course I would. How many people are in your company currently? Between 15 and 20, I'd say. But we are hiring, need assistance. We may be bringing 3 on over the next month or 2, and one of them one of them is the individual I told you about, looking to be the executive head of the potential BD we're opening, and he may be bringing 2 others with him. To put this in perspective, this man has many multi-billion-dollar hedge funds as direct clients currently. Okay, so he's working with a Rolodex of between easily $45 to $100 billion worth of institutional money that he deals with regularly. Okay, and he has 2 others who look like they may be who would have something similar. So this is not just a bunch of young software developers and engineers. We're talking true diversity. Okay, We'll make a very good team. I've known this guy for a couple of years, and his name has been, like I said, in the spotlight for 20, 30 years. Is there going to be a third party auditing the vault, gold in the vaults? I don't know about that. I may let an audit come in, but I don't really care to. I probably will post reports of the actual holdings. Okay. The vault is a very reputable company, and I have no problem having it audited, except for one thing: I have to pay for it. But I don't think you have a situation like Tether, because I have no problem with the audit. Maybe I'll factor in a periodic audit in terms of expenses. We'll see how much your audit costs. Can't imagine broad uptake by government since they are corrupt. Okay, let's not talk about corrupt governments, especially when I have to live in countries. Still hiring people, would love to assist. Anybody who wants to assist, as long as you're at the top of your game, you have strong, significant drive, and you're ethical, contact eleanor.reed@veritasium.com. That's .reid. Silver has a better use case than gold, but we are not selling it as a utility. Keep that in mind. It's VERI going to have its own decentralized exchange. We have a DEX built into the back end of the VERI for internal uses. We'll see if there's a need to expose that to the public. Hopefully there's not, because there's a lot of DEXs available right now, and hopefully we do a good job. If we don't feel they're up to snuff, then we'll take moves from that point on. The Jamaican exchange has been on hold for a while. I told you, African deals are moving along. Not as fast as I want, but they are active. They're contacting me. It's the summertime. That's probably an issue there. But we're just exchanging emails just this week, looking to get things signed. Soon the USA and you will need your help. Are you ready to help them if they come calling? I will definitely help them as much as I can. Are you making any, I don't know why everybody's asking me if I'm making stock market investments. Even if I was, this is not really the place to discuss it. So, please don't do that. Ever consider bringing VERI to Guyana? Well, I did, not only did I consider it, but not Guyana in particular, but since now we have a way of stabilizing a store of value, I will be bringing the Veritasium solutions to everywhere where they have volatility and fiat currencies. So many places in Africa, okay? Many places in Central and Eastern Europe and South America, Venezuela, etc. Expect to see me sometime very, very, very soon, okay? Did your son get hired because he is a smarty pants or a hacker? He has a chance to prove himself now. Well, he's already proven himself. That's how he got hired. Okay, you have to prove yourself before you get hired, not after. That's not the way it works. Okay, my son is not a hacker. There was one of many unfounded rumors that my son was the only developer that Veritasium had. Be very careful when you hear nonsense on the web. My son is not a developer. He taught himself to code. Okay, but he's not developing. And the reason he taught himself to code was he wanted to be able to gauge and supervise developers better than he was at the time. Okay, my son is a financial guy, like his dad, with a strong technical bent, like his father. And that's my middle son, by the way. I heard JP Morgan will try to buy you out of VERI. Okay, that's funny. Should I invest in Ultracoin? You can invest in Ultracoin. We have nothing to do with the Ultracoin altcoin, which I think is defunct right now. We use Ultracoin as a marketing moniker, basically put on business cards. Because of confusion with the altcoin that you're able to buy into a mine, we stopped using